Is this? One wrong can move a people, and wronged people can move the world. Is this? One wrong can move a people, and wronged people can move the world. Is this? One wrong can move a people, and wronged people can move the world.
Greetings to you, brothers in America and the countries of Europe. Once again, the words are directed to you, and it may be very direct and frank, because it likes to be like this. Very simple in Iraq. I do not have any organization, nor am I a tribe leader, and I do not work in the government, security, or politics, and there is no position for me in the whole of Iraq. Also, I do not have any followers at all, nor am I a model or a symbol. I did not make myself the Messiah, and I am not a religious leader, just as I do not work with any organization or others, whether governmental or non-governmental. I also do not have any money or property, but a very poor person. This is my reality, and I am not responsible for any person or party that spies on me inside Iraq and visits any something, as I am not chosen, and I also know very well that there are thousands of victims who have been deceived in Iraq with such a lie, or that the Holy Spirit entered their bodies, and the source of this lie is a demon who made himself a prophet in Iraq, and I will talk about it. 1. Now start talking. Do you know that after the liberation of Iraq, and almost before the departure of the international forces, which were implementing international decisions, a giant intelligence network appeared that belonged to the former regime, led by a despicable terrorist intelligence officer with a homosexual security agent, and this terrorist network began to carry out operations against international forces, and it is from he was inciting against these forces and spreading rumors against them in Iraq. Do you also know that this network was hiding itself in various masks, including that they were an organization, a tribal organization, a United Nations organization, a mass organization, a party organization, a religious organization, or an organization divided into two halves, one big and another? Young people, as if they are a family, and here we get to the most important point, which is that these terrorist gangs have succeeded in deceiving the party and has been approved by it. He is the director of all this body that gave him accreditation. After that he created a dirty game in which he made Iraq look like the United Nations or an organization of religions, and he made a group affiliated with him. He worked with laws from him, and registered them in his own hand, and he made it represent Europe and America, and also made another group that represents terrorism or against them, and both of them are the ones who lead them. The countries of Europe have a duty to lose only, and this loss, unfortunately, they are not affected by it at all. Rather, you are the ones affected. 3. A victory was achieved, but they rejected everything and every advice, and I knew that the reason for their creation was to lose only, and whatever I tried with them, I would not succeed. On the contrary, they tried to kill me, and with them the group that was supposed to be competing with them, and they are also terrorism. This group was the reason for killing thousands of your friends inside Iraq, because they fell into a trap and thought they were really affiliated with you, but after this the terrorist gangs eliminated them, either directly using conventional weapons or using weapons for mind control, and also many of them were made to become your enemies, or they were turned into your enemy. I mean, they thought they are an independent group with you, your friends that have a separate law and records on their own, and they did not know that it is just a trap from this terrorist organization in Iraq. This is a simple thing of harm, and it is inside Iraq. I ask you a very important question, which is, for example, how did the elements of this terrorist organization reach or arrive, for example, in the USA, Canada, or France, etc., when it was attacking the forces of this group countries in Iraq and people are inciting against them? Is there an answer? I mean, how do the elements of the abnormal security agent work in these countries and do harm while using weapons for mind control in those countries also, while this was attacking the international forces and inciting them and spreading lies about them inside Iraq? How is this in any capacity? He came with a pile of liars and traitors whom Satan made to represent you in Iraq. Or what else do you know that the devil of Iraq said that the Holy Spirit said to this dirty intelligence officer that God is against America, European countries and their friends? 3. And this was published because this devil made himself a prophet. Do you know this or not? this organization that adopted this demon in Iraq, and after that they made him a manager over them, and this means that the souls of the people of America and the countries of Europe are at the mercy of this terrorist who has not spared anyone and will not have mercy on this organization, a virus in every sense of the word and the source of the danger from Iraq. Terrorism wore the mask of sanctity and made itself against terrorism while it is terrorism and it is evil. Of course, terrorism is the one who leads this organization completely, but there is a dirty trick saying that they have only half of it, but the truth is that terrorism controls all of it, and the half that they say is not so. The truth is that they are merely serving terrorism, and their duty is to cover up terrorism. For example, this organization is the one who stripes France, and the group that claims to represent you in this organization in Iraq knows this well before it happens. Rather, the reason may be their loss in the gambling and betting game. This is why thousands of victims were paid in France. This is the price, and after this, I have reported to many international bodies against them, but what happened is that they gave wrong information about the party responsible for this, or that she gave orders for this. For example, they said that it is the province of Mesla elsewhere, while the truth is that the system of work of this terrorist organization in Iraq is that it has branches all over Iraq, and whenever its leader the devil is present or living in any of its branches, this branch will become the one whose leadership is writing, and this means that its leader was it is present in the central region of Iraq and not elsewhere, I mean in the province of Diwania and the district of Afaq. From here the problematic orders were issued that this dirty organization is an intelligence network operating in a sleeper cell system that takes orders from one source, meaning the party that executes it may be far from. The party that gave orders, of course, this terrorist organization is the one who leads Iraq in a non-public or organized manner. In this way, there is no capable body in Iraq or a legal or security body that can hold them accountable. They are only accountable, and this terrorist leader is the highest authority or source of decision in Iraq. Now we reach something to suppose that this whole organization is our bank, and it has been revealed that a gang of thieves revealed the secret numbers here. If the management of this bank does not know about this and may remain looking for the cause of the thefts and may accuse innocent parties etc. here, some kind of excuse may be given to it despite it is neglected or unqualified, but what if I knew about this and did not take any action at all and did not change the secret numbers and the thieves kept stealing whenever they wanted? What do we say about this administration? Certainly it is with the gang here the words are directed to the administration of this party that gave this terrorist organization inside Iraq the accreditation and that it did not even bother to verify it from sources, for example, who request information from the coalition countries about this organization and its leader as well, even if he claims that he has changed his religion, along with the abnormal security agent, and they have become in the Church of the Bible, but this does not mean at all that a leadership is given to him, and if they know that he is an intelligence officer from the days of the previous regime, and they may say that when he is not religious, he has changed, but where's the change? He is against America and the countries of Europe and his poisons and hatred is still there, then he is a despicable demon who made himself a Christian with him a security agent. Here I give you other opinions that are somewhat far from why this organization turned into terrorism, which are incorrect opinions. First they say it was good, but terrorism controlled it and made it its director or the person who was done.
Skynet. Where's the system core? Somewhere in this building?
Skynet, the virus is infected. Skynet.
Skynet is the virus! It's the reason everything's falling apart!
Skynet.
Do you hear me? 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 Do you hear me?
Siksat. Its accreditation in Iraq is just a hostage they have, and after this, terrorism will exploit the privileges or powers of this organization for its benefit, especially sending its members to America and the countries of Europe. Of course, this is incorrect because I revealed the matter of this organization and nothing has changed. This monasticism cut off everything and changed everything, for example, roads, laws, etc., but this also did not happen. The other lies the presence of a good half in it, and this I reveal to you in this matter that it is only a trap, but Eli here says that this half is the one who has contacts with America and the countries of Europe, and he is the one who hides from them the information about the existence of the terrorist group with him inside Iraq as colleagues with him or in the same family as well. The lie of the victims of choice in playing Iraq in order to throw the responsibility on them or on God. I mean, wherever the victim of choice resides, this comes in order to make everyone around them leaders or make each one of them do or ask what he wants. For example, they were against America. That is why they understood who would order the attack on America, etc. And after this he blames the responsibility on God, and he says that God led the victim of choice to live in this house, province or district, or talk to this, or ask for a need or money, or eat and drink, or take money or think etc. from his filthy lives, and he tries to make himself not guilty and throw the responsibility on God or the victim of choice, who has no right to speak at all. 7. After this he links the end of this fast to the victim of choice, or he wants her to give up or give or make it bad in order to play the game that the Holy Spirit has left her body. Look at this cursed terrorist and how he plays with something holy and thinks that he will continue with this. Of course, this organization cannot leave the virus at all as if it were a frenzied hyena. It hurts everything and destroys. I mean, this devil is spying on the victims of choice, and he is the one who recruits all around her from friends or family, etc. He is the one who gives them orders or indoctrinates them or makes them subordinate to him. The dependence of this devil and with him the security agent in Iraq is a very fatal mistake. Absolutely unforgivable, and the problem is that they were not satisfied with approving him only, but rather they made him a manager over them, and the devil started controlling the lives of the peoples of America and the countries of Europe. 8. Also, there is information saying that terrorism was able to control the party that was adopted in Iraq through the exploitation of homosexuals and children, and they made its members within the families of that side and they became part of it, and after this they went to do all kinds of evil, and this party that was approved and because it is from Iraq is gone at covers only because terrorism is either their children or their families, and after this, terrorism has completely dominated this area and it has become impossible to fix it, and nothing is beneficial with it because terrorism knows all its secrets and its method of work, and there is something wrong that they try to impose on it as if it is a reality, and it accepts the existence of terrorism and considers it something, or acceptance of a false theory is the God who is the daughter, brother, or wife of the thief, so that whatever they stole, the God will not be able to punish them, but rather he will cover them up and conceal their matter or own laws, and transforming the state into a family law in which the person responsible is a weak person and weak in body, so that he is not able to impose his opinion, not even to punish any one of it, because the law of physical force, for example, is very similar to a brother who stripes a brother or takes something from him, and as for his father or mother, they will not treat the face. No needless use about this, and they consider the issue a family affair. They want to make the state system work like this, and because they are the only beneficiaries of this, but if the person in charge of the family is a strong person, they will not use this or weaken this through an illness that they cause through no mind control or other methods, or to be killed in order for a weak person to come to become responsible for the family, someone who is just a decoration that no one is afraid of and no one respects. A person does nothing but lie in order to cover up the crimes committed by his family. 9. You know this, and despite this I went to spread such a disease. This organization in Iraq is all a danger. It is all a danger. There is nothing good in it. As for me, I am just a very simple citizen. Beware completely any deception or fraud. I also do not have any followers or group with me, or a team or group that imitates or followers disappeared, as I have no position and nothing I have to give it up or give it, or someone comes to compete with me for it. Also, I do not do anything as long as I am inside Iraq, means every action I do I know that it is not correct, or even if it is correct I do not mean it. Whatever the situation is not at all normal for a person to offer something, have ideas, or anything that benefits Iraq, a country that has been controlled by a terrorist shadow gang, and it is the one who has ruled Iraq for 13 years and has been operating completely hidden, and it is the one who plays in nothing is called democracy and no law at all, but all what happened in sectarian seditions and thefts are responsible for this. This terrorist intelligence network and its branches in Iraq are devil trying to laugh and ridicule world public opinion with such tricks, and these are weapons of mind control that they have that cost huge money, and they use it to suppress the Arab people and all those who feel that they were threatened inside Iraq, or that they are not at all organized, but that they went to everything in the work of the state, security, politics and everything. Do you know that this devil said that God gave him Iraq? Look at the farce that even in most fairy tales there is nothing like it. He was controlling a house, and when a group came and took him out, he stayed for a while, and after that he put on a mask to hide himself through him and said that God told him to come and take the house. I mean, is it not a farce? And what is more than this and more dangerous is that he tried to use the same lie in order to harm America. 10 out. And the countries of Europe and also uses a lie that it is the commands of God. He also declared that, in the words of his follower, that he wants to overthrow America, England, Russia and other countries of Europe as well. His elements aim to spread sedition, weaken the law, suborn suspicion, etc. There is no such thing as clear game commands.
Time coming, bet you got the message now, 'cause I was never going. Got the message now, 'cause I was never going. Yeah. Time coming, bet you got the message now.